We are officially starting our third week of our new homeschool year, and I'm like, let me just come on here and give an update on how the first 2 weeks back to homeschool went. I truly enjoyed these types of videos. I want to give an update on how things are going for us, the adjustments I'm having to make, some changes I need to do, some systems I need to implement, and just overall how we're liking the curriculum that I picked out for my girls. Okay, if you're new here, I'm Shadam, and I'm a homeschooling mom to 7, 6, and 3-0, and I'm also expecting very soon. So let's get right into it. If you are new to my channel, then I'm going to link the curriculum picks video so you can know exactly what I'm talking about and get a little bit more information on the curriculum that I mentioned. But for starters, we started back on August the 4th, and I really feel like I did prep work to, get us started, to know what we're using. I tried to, like mark off days for this specific subject and things of that nature, but I feel like I needed to do a little more thorough work. But I said if I don't start today, then it's probably gonna be another 2 weeks or so. And so I'm glad I did jump in, even though I wasn't fully prepared per se. And I didn't know how things were gonna go, but we made it through that first week. So the first day is always, super special. We did a special breakfast. I had printed off different coloring sheets and bingo and things of that nature for them to do on the first day. So on the first day, I actually woke up not feeling it. Okay, I am expecting, I don't know, if you're new, the belly is getting there. So with pregnancy, it's like some nights I don't really sleep well, and I had all the things laid out, like the tablecloths and the special plates and napkins, and just I had all the ingredients for the breakfast and stuff like that, but I really wasn't pumped to get started on that Monday. I was thinking more so Tuesday because I just wasn't real well rested, but my children were up, they were motivated. My oldest, who's 7, she was setting the table out, she was getting ingredients out, and I'm like, you know what, she's ready, so I guess I have to be ready. So I went to the kitchen and made their breakfast, let them do the fun first day back to homeschool things, and then we got started with our lessons. So on the first day, we did math for confidence, we did our skill sharpening geography, and we did writing, the daily 6th grade writing. And out of all those 3, we really love those. I feel like my girls enjoyed these 3 the most out of everything that they're doing, like as far as subjects. So I did say in another video the changes that we're going to make this year was we're going to adjust from a 4-day school week to a 5-day school week. So our first week back, I wanted to do a 5-day school week. We did follow the schedule I had set, but on the Thursday, it seemed like the Thursday and Friday I did not get much done. I'm not sure what happened. I can't really remember. Something came up, I feel like, but we were trying to find our groove. Look on my phone. I have better notes in my phone. I'm trying to see what happened. Yeah, so on Monday we did like math and confidence, geography, and writing. Then on Tuesday we did handwriting, math and confidence, writing, grammar, and science. On that Wednesday we did math and confidence, geography, writing, grammar, and then on that Thursday we only did handwriting. I don't know what happened the other hours, the other day, and on Friday I'm not sure what all happened, but I think we got off to a good start. I was trying to figure out like which subjects need to be moved to which days, and how long our day was going to be, and like how can I fit in things for my son. I know I said I started Circle Town back, so we were doing the posters early in the morning with the songs and stuff like that, but I still need like other activities to include for him. First week I was like, I didn't do everything. I don't think we did fish tank learning for the language arts during that week. And then what else did we miss out on? We didn't do any art because I didn't have the art book, and we didn't do anything new from our homeschool kitchen. Now the girls also usually have piano lessons on Monday, so that specific Monday they didn't have in-person lessons. so they didn't do piano. But overall, I think for the first week back, it was a good start, as far as pacing myself and what's required, the energy that it's going to take to get back in that mode, and just have an overall like good rhythm and flow for our 5-day homeschool week. So I think overall, even though we didn't do 5 days, it was a good start, and it got the girls motivated. Also, for the next week, I was like, I have to make some adjustments. I have to do a little bit more planning. I have to like prepare the lessons the night before and things of that nature. So for the next week, it seems like I got things a little bit better, right? So like on that Monday, we did math, writing, geography. On that Tuesday, we did math, science, writing, Hoffman Academy, which is online piano lessons, grammar, and then we did fish tank learning. So Tuesday was jam-packed, and I'm like, I have to figure out a way to insert breaks and stuff into that because it was a very long day. On that Wednesday, we did math, writing, geography, handwriting. I am missing something. On that Thursday, we did math, mystery science, a writing prompt, and fish tank learning. So I started to incorporate fish tank learning. And then on that Friday, which I was surprised about, we did math, writing, handwriting, alphaphonics, and went over just pretty much. I was trying to see which phonograms they had already mastered and what areas I need to work on with them in terms of like phonics and spelling rules, things of the nature. I just wanted to see what they know, what levels they're at. Of course, they're 7 and 6, so my oldest is, you know, a step above my 6-year-old, but they have 2 different strengths, right? So I just wanted to see where they were, kind of like a pre-test, if you will, so I can know how to infuse alphaphonics in how many days per week and things of that nature. So week 2, I'm like, okay, I got this. Like, I'm finding my groove. They're really enjoying it. We're trying to find a flow, if that makes sense. But I will admit, I was unsure on how many days per week I need to do each thing. I knew I wanted to do math 5 days a week. I want to do something in pertaining to language arts 5 days a week, and that's alternating between writing, grammar, what else? I guess spelling, and then the fish tank learning, which includes vocabulary and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, didn't mention phonics. So I'm like, how many days per week should I do this? I feel like I should focus more on phonics, like more days, right? And I feel like with grammar, it's not really something that is really pressing, if that makes sense. Like we do the oral like first language lessons together, and even with that, I'm noticing that my 7-year-old is a step, of course, above my 6-year-old. So things she's grasping like this, my 6-year-old, she needs a little bit more time. So I'm considering using the level 1 for her. I do have both books, but I just wanted to kind of condense it, if it made sense. So I'm gonna test it out maybe another week to see how my 6-year-old is doing with the things that they're introducing in the first language lessons level 2. And if it's, you know, taking her a little bit of time, I may continue to do level 2, just have her do additional activities and things of that nature, or have her spend more time on one lesson as opposed to trying to advance her with my 7-year-old. Like, I don't want to hold my 7-year-old back because, you know, my 6-year-old is not grasping it. So I'm weighing my options right now. There are some things that I have not been able to incorporate, and I need to. So I haven't been able to do like a set time outside for, like, you know, them to do play and have fun, although when we're usually done they go outside anyway. But I feel like for me, I need like a workout, like a good workout, like a set time for me to get steps in, be active, you know, things like that. And I'm like, I want to start it like in the mornings, but usually my mornings are kind of slow. As I said, I am expecting. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what adjustment can I make. I don't know if I want to start the day with a workout and that's how we get started, like as a group, or like we do two things first, two subjects first, and then we do a workout, then we do lunch and a break or whatever, and then come back after lunch to do the rest of the remaining, you know, activities. I'm not really sure, but I told my husband, I'm like, you know, homeschooling definitely takes a lot of energy. It's taking a lot of energy right now for me, so I just want to figure out how to get that movement in. I know that helps with your mood, that helps with your energy levels. It's going to help with them as well. When we do our circle time, I do play songs like Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes, or like Tootie Ta, things like that for my son, and he really, really enjoys it. It's not something I'm up doing with them all the time, but I just want to get some movement in for me so that I can be in a better, I'm not going to say headspace, but a better like energy level, I guess, if that makes sense. Overall, I am pleased with the curriculum choices that I chose for my girls. I really am. I think I did a good job with that. Oh, I'm trying to look at this planner. I don't have a new planner, by the way. I'm still using my old one, and I think my planning method is more so reverse planning as opposed to planning ahead. I need to get better at planning ahead, but I think if I prep and jot down a few things the night before, put it on sticky notes and place it in the workbook, I can know what's going on. I'm not completely lost. I know what's, you know, what's needed. If I do that simple, easy little prep work the night before, then we are good, right? We are good. Something I also want to do more of is make things more hands-on. So I mentioned with the alphaphonics, it's black and white, it's boring. We have the movable alphabet, we have magnetic letters, we have like just tactile letters. We have the magnetic dry erase board. I want to have it to where they're up, you know, spelling, and incorporate more like writing on the boards and stuff like that. So the first 2 weeks are really focusing on the subjects and what routine, which day seems lighter versus heavier, where I need to make adjustments at, how many days for handwriting, how many days for language arts, how many days for math, how many days for the geography, how are they liking it, just getting my feet wet as far as, you know, what scheduling needs to look like, and how our days work out. So I do want to incorporate a more hands-on component when it comes to spelling and reading and phonics, because we have letters here, right? Tactile letters, we have the magnetic letters, and we have all of the things to make it really, really fun and engaging. So that's going to be my focal point for the next 2 weeks, to figure out ways to get them, you know, more hands-on, to be a little bit more fun. Something else I want to incorporate more of is planning out lessons for my son. So he is 3. I don't think he's 3.5 yet. Let's see. He's almost 3.5. But he is ready for like lessons planned out for him, special things. So in my planner, I did write out a schedule for him. I didn't check mark any days or how many days per week he's gonna work on these things. But for him, I have like letters, I have counting, numbers, sorting, art, sensory play, name activities, and then I also have different like coloring books for him. I have different puzzles for him. I even have an old preschool curriculum I started using when I first started homeschooling with my 7-year-old, and I think we was doing like a theme of the week every single week, and it came with different activities in there. So I'm like, now I have to figure out in what slot can I insert his preschool activities, his theme of the week activities, along with what I'm doing for my girls. Of course, I want it to be play-based. He plays all day, every day, okay? Love outside, love his bike, love, you know, kicking the ball, throwing the ball, all of that. Gross motor skills on 10, okay? No words in that area. I just want something a little bit more routine. We do the posters, right? We spell his name. We're counting. He is loving numbers right now, so as far as being able to count one-on-one correspondence, he's great on that. He is identifying the number symbols, so he can point and tell me which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I love that for him. Okay, so now I'm like, I have to tighten up in that area because he's ready for more and I just have to make sure that it's not too much on my plate, if that makes sense. I'm thinking I'm gonna go do the sensory band approach as opposed to having like a lot of, you know, worksheets and stuff like that. He's not really, he'll color with no issue, but as far as, you know, he does like dry erase workbooks as well, but I don't want it to be like you gotta sit down and do this. I want it to be, you know, up and at it. So whether it's me taping something on the floor or taping something on the wall, I want it to be engaging, whether I'm using dot stickers or the sensory band, as I said. So I just gotta figure out a way to plan those for him, and I think we'll be really, really good. We'll have a good little flow. Like, our Fridays haven't been bad. Yeah, our Fridays have not been bad. We were starting our day off with like a little devotional, and I would have them, of course I would read the scripture and have them like illustrate, draw, sketch, paint, whatever they got from their scripture, just to get our day started. They do have their own things in their room. They have like a biblical posters in their room where they go over every morning, like the Ten Commandments and the Lord's Prayer, the, you know, dietary laws and things of that nature. So they're always doing something in that regards. That's how they start their morning. Like, before they leave their room, they know they need to pray, they need to make their bed up, they need to do their walls, right? And then they can come in here for breakfast and stuff like that. And so yeah, I think it's something I'm missing that I want to incorporate. Oh yeah, figuring out which day we're gonna go out, right? I feel like being in the house like 5 days. I'm really a up and go person, go see, go do, change the scenery type mom. What day is gonna be our bike day? Like, what day are we gonna go to the library, go to the park? Which it could be any day of the week, but it's like I want to get a good groove to where I'm getting things done before we go out and spend hours, because we always spend hours when we go out. I want to make sure the main thing is the main thing, and that when we go out we have nothing else to worry about. We don't have to come back and, you know, do homeschool because we may not, you know, feel like it, or maybe other things to do. So I have to pick a specific day. I feel like I want to do Thursday to go out and do all of the things, because Friday is usually our prepping day if we don't do it on Wednesday. So I'm still trying to figure things out. But I think day by day we're getting better. They're in a groove, they're in a routine, they know what to expect, right? They're figuring out how many days per week they have to do things, on which days they need to grab this and that. And of course I need to put up a visual schedule, and give them their own individual schedules, which I got started with that. I just have not completed it, but like what's expected per day, so they won't have to ask like, what are we doing today? It'll already be laid out and they can see the order in which we're gonna go, or just what's expected today, right? I want to make it easier. I do need to tighten up on meal planning and prepping for the week so that our lunches are planned out and super ready to do, like something easy. Our snacks are already planned out and thought out so that, you know, it can run smoothly, that my time in the kitchen doesn't have to be longer than it needs to be. There's still time allotted for cleaning up and things of that nature. So it's a lot of moving pieces when it comes to homeschooling, especially being a pregnant mama with a toddler. But overall I'm pleased to say that things are going well, and I'm excited. It's an adjustment, but I'm pushing through because I know I have a goal that I want to accomplish. I want to see them, you know, get in their rhythm, get in their routine. I want to see them progress. And yeah, just get prepared for this baby. I feel like December is probably going to be our month off. So I just want to make sure we're doing what we need to do all of these weeks, right, leading up to that month. I'm not sure how long I'm going to take off for homeschooling. If we get into good enough rhythm to where it's almost on autopilot, then we may, you know, of course I'm going to take some time off, but it won't be like an extended time off. But winter is the cold, right? We'll be in the house, so I feel like it'll be ways to make adjustments and stuff like that. But so far we're starting off strong, we're making adjustments, everybody's okay. I just have to, you know, add a few more things and plan a little bit more, implement more systems. And once I get the down pack, I'll probably make another video about the systems that I'm implementing, things that are helping me, and how I'm homeschooling 3 kids. Okay, so only thing else that I'll probably say is I'm not sure how fish tank learning fits in right now. My girls love the book selection. They are asking me daily, can we do Diamond Daniel, right? Can we read Cinderella? They are loving the book selection, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to take those books and make them read aloud for the family, or if I'm going to, you know, take out something that I was doing for language arts and insert that in, because they're more eager and they're more willing to write and discuss and talk about it. But yeah, that's all I got. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have already started homeschooling, let me know how is your schedule going? Are you making adjustments? Are you switching curriculum? Is there anything you want to change? Let me know how things are going. Overall, I'm excited. I forgot, have to implement something, right? So I did purchase a workbook for spelling, just to give me like a little list or something like that. So we're gonna figure out how to do that. The spelling is self-explanatory. I feel like it can be something they do independently, but spelling thing that I got was 180 days of spelling and word study, which we've used in the past. But yeah. So again, I'm not gonna make this video any longer than it needs to be. All is going well. And if anything changes, if I add anything new or eliminate anything, I'll be sure to make a follow-up video. But for now, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video.